All right, folks, welcome to the rabbit hole. No, but this is about Kifer, which is part of the rabbit hole. I got to squat down because I'm really tall. And I got the light behind me, which is a no-no in photography. The light should be on the other side, but for the purpose of this video, we got ourselves some water over here, boiling on the stove. The first thing I'm going to do is take this pan of water over here, and I'm going to pour it on the colander and the spatula that I'm going to use. So anything that you're going to use with the Kifer, you want to first sterilize. So now I have a bowl here. I set the colander on top of the bowl, spatula there. Get the camera over here. Let me get it angled around so you can see what's going on. So then I'm going to I've bought these grains from California. I've already done this several times. I've split these off 3 or 4 times. But again, everything that the grains touch, they call them grains, they're actually cultures, more accurate term. But I'm going to pour this right into here. And now while this sits here, I'm going to go over here to the sink. I'm going to wash this out, right? And go over here. Wash this out good. You don't have to do this. Everything that I've seen didn't say that you have to clean this every time, that you can put the Kifer back into the jar. However, I like to wash it every time. Keep it nice and clean. But washing it is not necessarily the important part, right? It's sterilizing it. So now I'm going to fill this with some hot water. Warm the glass up a little bit. And then dump it out. Dump out that hot water. I usually get a lot hotter than that. Have yourself a towel, to kind of handle this glass. Now I'm going to go back over here to the stove. I'm going to turn some of these off. And I'm going to grab another pot of this boiling water, right? Now you're sterilizing this jar that it was in. I make sure that it's overflowing. I don't fill it halfway. I don't fill it 3/4. It's overflowing. So the entire jar has been sterilized. This is kind of a tricky part. Again, have yourself a cold washcloth to grab this jar and just dump it out. And then I'm holding on to the jar with this cloth, right? So I'm going to bring this over here to the counter. I'm going to set it down. I'm going to set the jar down. Let's see if I can get it back into view. So now that jar is sitting here cooling down. I'll even put this towel on it. It's still pretty hot. Put the towel on it. And I shake this like this. I do that. And it works much faster than trying to press it through or anything like that. Let gravity, right? And now, if you look in here, you're left with these. They call them grains, but again, it's a culture. It's a culture. It looks like cottage cheese or something. That is the Kifer. And again, you don't want to put it in anything that's not been sterilized. So I've sterilized this. I'm ready to put the Kifer in there. It's still a little bit warm. I always put my milk in before I put the Kifer in. I buy milk from an Amish guy. It's whole, organic, raw milk. You can't use super pasteurized. You can use pasteurized. You can even use coconut milk. I prefer raw, organic, whole milk. It tastes so much better. That stuff you buy at the store, it's water. That's what it is. It's pretty much water. That's why it's $1 a gallon. So I put milk in this jar. I sterilize it first. Now I'm going to carefully put it in on top of the milk. And that's pretty much done. I'm going to put a coffee filter on top of this. I'm gonna put a rubber band on it. I've got another jar that I'm gonna do, but I've showed you the process, right? So now you're just gonna let this set for 24, 36 hours. And then you're gonna do the exact same thing over and over again. And when you drink this, eat this, whatever you wanna call it, stores the microbiome to your gut, the bifidobacteria, which you can only get from fermented food. However, if you buy your fermented food from a store, you're not getting it. Yeah, they can say they put probiotics in there, which if you look up where probiotics that they put and stuff come from, it's kind of unappealing. I'd rather get mine from a living, growing, healthy source. I know it's growing. I know it's living. I know it's healthy. My gut has been so much better since I've started eating this. I used to have upset stomach every day, every other day. There wasn't a week go by that I didn't. And for the probably month now that I've been drinking this, not one problem. Any questions? Just ask.